what is being nice to yourself and what result does that give really anyone?
How about I read the email? So the title of it is My Number One Millionaire Secret, which sounds like I've got the biggest ego ever. Those of you who know me have their own opinion on that. It starts, so I'll just read it off. So be nice to yourself. That's it, right? That's the mindset you need to create a better life and become a millionaire. I know it sounds so damn simple that surely it just can't be right, obviously. Well, I was out to lunch with a bunch of people that I play fantasy surfing with. And I met a guy who heard about my story. He's a handyman on the Gold Coast, and he resonated with me because I used to be a plumber and we live in the same town. And he asked me, how do you do it? How did you get out of plumbing? And I said to him, I believed I could do it. I found a way out and stuck to it. And you know what he said? He said, yeah, but you're smart. I'm not smart. And throughout the day, and I was at the pub with all the other guys, and we we're just having some food, and everybody was having a couple of drinks, and he kept saying to me the same thing. I'm not smart like you. It just on random times with random parts of the conversation. And in reality though, like I'm actually not smarter than him. All I did was just be nicer to myself. I talked to myself better than he was talking to himself. Imagine how far backward you would go if you kept telling yourself you were dumb every day. And the opposite's true as well. If you kept telling yourself, I can do this, I'm a millionaire, you can actually become one and be nice to yourself. Not through just saying it. I mean, affirmations, they can help. This sets an intention, and I'm going a bit off script here with the email, but it sets an intention to the universe that this is where you want your life to head. So it will obviously lead you down the path to learning and taking actions and following the right steps. Back onto the script of the email, all it takes is for you to start being nicer to yourself. If you believe in you, which I do, if you're listening to this podcast, I believe in you. I believe you can do great things. You're looking for it anyway, and you have the energy to do so. So yes, I believe you can do it. If you believe you can do it, or if I believe you can do it, you should be able to believe you can do it yourself there as well. So let's just start being nicer to ourselves this year, and you'll be able to make it happen. That's the email.
Yeah, I love that email. I read the whole thing, super enjoyed it. I think the reason it resonated with me is I totally believe that it's our internal state that so much affects our lives and affects the external. And I think a lot of people, we might think it's something outside of us that's causing these problems, but very often it's kind of within us that's really affecting things.
Spot on. It's the biggest bottleneck in our own lives, and the biggest bottleneck to growth in our own businesses is ourselves. And this is where and I was speaking to you and the other guys in our mastermind group the other day, how everybody will listen to a podcast or listen to a YouTube video or read a blog post and this is how you grow your business. But that may have worked for that one person's business because their business model is very different, or their niche is very different, or they have, some differences. Whereas if you look internally within your business, it's actually telling you what you need to do, and you can just use those growth strategies. Or if you look within yourself, there's obviously some things that you might actually be avoiding. Like a lot of people distract themselves in life by doing a lot of different things, by never sitting still and filling their plate up with events and and so many things. And so many people don't sit still because they can't sit still. They can't sit down and reflect. And in my opinion, reflection equals wisdom. And so a lot of people don't sit down and just give themselves space to think or digest. And a big portion of that is jumping on the phone. They just can't even sit down without having the phone in front of them and doing nothing. And that's one distraction. That there's other events, and even people say, I'm an outdoorsy person. And yeah, it's good. It's good to be an outdoorsy person and healthy and fit. But are you running away from something by just doing something else that you think is healthy as well? Running away from not sitting down and reflecting and changing direction in your life, is that may be holding you back too.